cut out the ghetto antics. I hate to say it, but it's ghetto. It literally is. You're a nurse practitioner and you are literally going into work with lashes out to here, face in full glam like you're about to go to the club, wearing nails out to here while you're treating patients.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl Show. My name is Janine if you are new here. If you're new, of course, hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on so you never miss an episode. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. So I spoke about the lack of professionalism in education a few videos ago, and this doesn't just stop in education. This has transferred into the medical field, right? Where we see the nurses and how they're showing up to work, and from how they're wearing their scrubs to fit their big old butts and be tight and cinched in, and just drawing too much attention, to be quite honest. Like, you're focused on how your scrubs fit your butt versus the quality of care that you're giving to your patients. So a nurse practitioner, she is going viral on TikTok regarding her stance on the lack of professionalism when it comes to nurses and MPs, and just the devaluing of what it means to be a nurse and what it means to just be in that profession. And the girls are mad. The nurses are mad. And you know who's mad? The girls are mad who are doing exactly what she says. Because if you weren't doing what she's doing, if you weren't doing what she's saying, you most likely wouldn't be mad, right? It's basically what it is. So let me share a clip of her sharing her stance on this, and let's come back and talk about it.
For the people who are representing as nurse practitioners, I cannot stand the fact that I'm seeing ghetto providers all over social media watering down any respect that the nurse practitioner profession has. And that's why a lot of nurse practitioners are getting upset. It's one thing to still be learning because you're a novice, you're still within your first couple of years as a nurse practitioner. It's another for you to have the audacity to go on the internet, talk about being a nurse practitioner, and you are literally going into work with lashes out to here, face in full glam like you're about to go to the club, wearing nails out to here while you're treating patients. It is absurd. I have not seen this with any other profession. Like any other medical profession with an advanced degree doing this. I don't see it with pharmacists. I don't see it with psychologists, counselors, physicians, MDs, DOs. I'm not seeing it anywhere else. It's only with the nursing. And I'm like, what is this? I literally was on a Teams call for a hospice company I've been working with, and one of the nurse practitioners came on with a tank top and her breasts hanging out. So unprofessional, so embarrassing. And I'm like, this is why physicians don't respect, some physicians don't respect nurse practitioners. I don't respect you. I don't even care what your title is. I will not respect you in a professional setting if you don't even know how to dress. Dress includes your makeup, the long eyelashes, the crazy nails. That is unprofessional. I'm sorry. It just is. And I think that because there's so many hybrid programs online, these nurses and nurse practitioners are not learning about professionalism because the teacher is behind a computer.
So again, it's an issue. It's a very, very real issue. And it always comes down to this thing where it's not being taught. As she said, a lot of stuff has changed with the pandemic and education and programming and a lot of online stuff. And one of the things for sure that I believe that programs are not teaching professionalism, dress, speech, just behavior. It's not being taught. And I'm thinking about when I got my degree in school counseling back in 2014, they did not teach us that. They assume we're adults. You should just know better. And we don't have to focus on that. But unfortunately, the reality of it is people don't just know. People don't just know. Because let's keep it real. The women who are wearing those dumb old, big old lashes and the long nails are primarily women of color. Full glam face and makeup are primarily women of color. I get it. You want to look presentable. You want to feel good about going into do a tough job. But again, how you look and how you present yourself when you're talking to a patient and you're talking to a family and all the things that's going on, are they, how do they focus? You got nails click clacking everywhere. You're like, I do feel like we don't know when to turn it off. There's a time and place that when you're in the work setting, you cannot show up the way that you would when you go to the club. And as she said, it's not a good look. And again, we don't realize that what a few does turns into representing us all. As I said, in education, you got teachers who are focusing on showing their butt and wearing form-fitting clothing around children, and it's not professional and it's not a good look. But again, the women are mad. They're mad because they're the ones who want to be able to be free. And what does professional mean? And what is an appropriate look? Like, we got to go that deep into what's appropriate, what's professional. What is she? Is she saying don't wear your nails, don't have your nails, and is she saying don't wear makeup at all? She's not saying that. She's saying bring it on down. Look more natural. Look more presentable. Don't draw too much attention to your face versus your skill set as a nurse. I mean, come on. How are you properly doing your job well in those stressful situations and you could barely open up the product because your nails are so long? Wasn't it a time where you couldn't wear certain, like they couldn't get their nails done? Like it was like you could only wear like polish, clear polish, or just like a regular set of gel polish or something. Like now, is it where you just could do whatever you want to do, free range to do whatever you want to do? Again, you can look good, you can look presentable, you can, feel good about yourself, but why do we have to go to this extent? Let me share a few clips with y'all with the girls who are mad. They're very upset with her, they don't like it, and they have a problem with her, speaking out on this.
I don't like how she mentioned that eyelashes and makeup, how it's unprofessional. I just want to know, what look is professional for nursing? I feel like as long as I am put together, my uniform is neat, I'm clean, I don't have any foul odors coming from me, and I look well and comforting to my patients, that the fact that I have eyelashes or makeup should not matter. Since when did nursing become a profession where you can't look good? Why is it that since you're taking care of other people, you have to look a mess and you can't hold yourself together? Like me, these eyelash extensions, it's not going to change my level of professionalism. These eyelash extensions are not going to make me late to work. They're not going to make me mistreat a patient. They're not going to make me click off on doctor's orders that I did not do. It's not going to make me not treat my patient well, skip wound care, none of that. Just because I have on an eyelash does not mean I am an unprofessional nurse, and does not mean that I do not value my job. I don't wear makeup to work. But so what if you do?
I just feel like we're the only race where we always got to bring each other down. I swear these spaces, MP provider roles, didn't get ghetto until I seen more black women acquiring it. I swear we're the only people that have to constantly bring each other down, because I've heard people say little things like this and I know what you mean by that. What do you mean? What's ghetto about wearing a full face of makeup and lashes? Any race can do that. Black, white, green, pink. I've seen unprofessionalism in many different people. That's just professionalism is across all boards, all races. So I don't understand, how is that ghetto? Or what do you, I feel like you're trying to say something else in what you're saying, and I hate when people mix a little bit of truth with something, and it just becomes really dangerous rhetoric, because like y'all are pushing this idea, and I swear I haven't seen it until I've seen more black women doing it. Like, yes, now that black women are in these provider worlds, of course she has her hair done, of course she has her lashes done. What's ghetto about that?
As I said, they're upset. They're bothered. They want to do whatever they want to do. They shouldn't be put in a box. Black women shouldn't have to deal with this and all of that nonsense. All of that. As she said, you're coming on a call, on a meeting, and you got a tank top with your boobs out. Why would I respect you? Why would I want to work with you? Why do I want you working with my patient? Why do you think that's okay? When has that ever been okay? When? And someone like that would be mad when somebody calls them out as if they should be able to do whatever they want to do. We don't run things. In the world that we're living in, everything is so free and liberating, and you can't say too much because then you'll be worried about a lawsuit, and women should be able to do whatever they want to do. And it's like, look at what's happening though. They're coming to work looking like anything and behaving like anything. There's no rules. And if you put rules in place, then you're racist. If you put rules in place, you're prejudiced. If you put it's always something. Well, you want to put us in a box. Who says nurses have to look like this? Who says we can't transform? Granted, you can start to do things differently. There's scrubs that are much more, they're more fashionable. I love that. I love that they have made it more fashionable. I get all that. I get that. You spend a lot of time at work. You want to be able to still feel a little bit more better about yourself because you're here all the time. So why not get a scrub that's more fashionable? Why not? I get that. I hear that. I like to have my nails done, but let me do them in a way that's going to be more appropriate. It's going to be not as draw so much attention. I like to have my lashes done. Why not just put a good mascara on? Why am I sending talks to a patient when my eyes are like this? They can't even see your eyes. Your eyes are closed just like this. Talking to a patient. Like, what is this? Like, it's not a fashion show. It's a job. It's your career. It's helping people. And as I said before, it's the same thing in education. You're working around children and you're focused on how big your butt look in your pants. You're walking around kids with short skirts on and form-fitting outfits and pants on with thongs and your butt is all over the place. Like you're not in a setting it's not appropriate. This is not the setting to look like you're going to the club to catch something. It's just not. But why don't we want to realize that as women, we want to do whatever we want to do. And it's just like, stop. So when women who come out and say, y'all look crazy, you look unprofessional, I don't rock with that, it looks ghetto, it looks a mess, we got a problem with it. When do we start to follow rules again? When is it okay to have parameters in place? When is it okay to have a dress code? Jobs have had that forever, but now anything goes. Anything goes. And it's devaluing the nature of the company, the career field. It's just like, it's a joke. It's a joke. At one point in time, being a teacher, being a nurse, being an MP, being a doctor, being all these things they meant something. They meant something. I remember, y'all, when I worked at a job that I used to work at, there was a doctor, a psychiatrist, a married woman who was sleeping with my colleague. I remember thinking like, the doctor? Like, and she was like a grown, we all were grown, but she was like an older woman messing with a younger guy at the job. And I was just like, I just looked at her so much differently than I did before. Like, cause it was just like, that's not what a doctor does. A woman who's married, it was just like, wow. Again, people are human. That was my first whoa. Even the doctors out here and I was much younger. I was young. So I was very naive, very just like, oh my God. Oh my, you just saw this person as attractive woman, just well put together, carried herself a certain way. And it's like, this is what you're doing? And a Black woman at that. We was cool. She was like somebody that I career-wise looked up to be in a space that wasn't of primarily Black people, to have a Black woman successful. It was wild. But again, we fight against this stuff, but it's just it's not a good look. It's just not. But let me know your opinion on this. Like, what do you feel about this conversation? Is it inappropriate? What is more appropriate? Is it, just share your thoughts below. If you enjoyed the conversation, of course, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.